So happy Thanksgiving. Usually around Thanksgiving I make a post about what I'm thankful for in my life, which could be family and friends or even pets. But this Thanksgiving I wanted to make some content specifically on climate change. So I'm thankful in terms of climate change for growing up in a world where I didn't have to worry about clean water for drinking or having enough food, which even back in the 90s, I know a lot of people in other parts of the world had to think about. But in terms of climate change, even like flooding or anything like that, I grew up in a time when none of those kind of things were something that was an immediate threat. And I'm also thankful for growing up in a time where we had hope for the future. We could do things like green up, clean up, and think, this is maybe really making an impact. And there was a huge focus on keeping the world at least looking clean. But I'm starting to realize now that that could have been a little bit of a facade for the other things that were going on, which were all in the name of capitalism and resource extraction. So yeah, we were maybe keeping the world clean, but we were doing a lot of other things to the world that have repercussions now that my generation and the generation after me are going to have to deal with. And what I see a lot, having been raised by hippies and being a hippie myself, is that usually when people start talking about stuff like this, people will just be like, oh, well, you're a hippie and you hate capitalism. So this Thanksgiving, I would like to make a post about my thankfulness for capitalism and all that capitalism has done. So thank you, capitalism, for giving us competition, for giving us products that were competitive with each other and made each other better. Thank you for raising the living standards, for giving us less disease and, changing our system from like an oligarchy so we don't just have a bunch of rich people. We have actually more equal opportunity, and people are encouraged to go and get a piece of what's theirs and to develop business ideas, and again, to then create really cool products and to change the way that we view the world. So thank you, capitalism. I'm not just a stereotypical hippie. Capitalism has done some good, and like if we've learned anything from psychology and like self-development, is that you can't change anything unless you thank at least some aspects and accept what is now. So this is what we have now, is the system which has done some good. So thank you, but I think that we've had enough now. We need to make some really big changes, or actually there won't be a system left to have. So this post is all about thanking capitalism and realizing that if we want to save capitalism and if we actually want an economy going forward, then we're going to have to make some huge changes, starting with the oil industry has to go, and pretty much the forestry industry has to go, because trees are our best defense against all the flooding that is going to happen and all the carbon which is going to heat up our planet. So thank you, capitalism, but I think you've done your job, and now we need to rein things in a little bit. See you guys later. Thank you for listening. Okay. So happy Thanksgiving. Like, we have to walk slowly.
Oh, sorry.
We're like, no, I mean, like, how fast are we gonna walk?
Like that?
Okay. I'm so scared.
You got it.
You're never gonna be able to do this
No.
if I can't. Oh my God. There's a baby.